Hey, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? It's been a little while since I've done a live stream. Life's been crazy busy. Let's see my podcast microphone in the background. I'm gonna move that down here. Life's been really crazy. I've been on the go quite a bit. I do have a nice video queue. I've got an interview that I did with K10, Kristen from Twitter, a really good friend of mine. And I've got some content from my Piedmont site visit that I did last week. And I've got some full self-driving beta stuff that you'll probably see later this week. Wink, wink. But I'll save the, what up, Hyper Sean? I love Gally, Miss Gally. So I'll talk about Piedmont here at the very end, but wanted to go through just a couple of things that have been in the EV news, provide my thoughts and commentary on it. By the way, what do you think about my light here? I got this like O-ring light. I'm gonna start doing some TikTok stuff. Been playing around with it today, and I can brighten it. Let's see. Yeah, they've got different tones as well, but that's probably good enough for my skin tone. So Mach-E range. I'm excited to see them start to roll this thing out. Let me pull up the article here. So in order to get this 300-mile range, you need to buy the rear-wheel drive extended range version. And so I'll just go through the list here. Standard range, rear-wheel drive, 230 miles. Extended range rear-wheel drive 300, standard range all-wheel drive 211, extended range all-wheel drive 270. So, no, I'm not going to be doing any dances. You won't find, probably. I mean, we'll see. Maybe after a couple of cocktails, you might get me dancing on TikTok. I can hear my cat in the background. It never fails. Like, she consistently comes in whenever she hears me talking. No, she's good on food. She's probably gonna come over here and try and jump on my lap. Actually, I guarantee she's gonna jump on the desk. Anyways, so two thoughts. It's great that they're putting this information out, that the EPA range is being put out there. In order to get the longest range, you're gonna have to do the rear-wheel drive, which I think is a bit disappointing. All-wheel drive range, it tops out at 270. Here's the thing. Tesla's range for their Model Y is not a highway range. What I'm learning is that most other EVs done by traditional automakers are they're a little bit more accurate in terms of how Americans drive. Is Sandy Monroe in here? I must have missed the comment. Hey, Sandy. So traditional automakers seem like they're a little bit more true to how Americans drive. Tesla optimizes their EPA range for the test to be in line with the test. Muffin, if you see her, yeah, she's about to jump up here. You'll see her here in just a second. So there's Muffin. This is my kid's cat. So she's probably gonna try and drink my water. Anyways, so I bet that when we do a range test, we get some range test comparison between the Model Y and the Mach-E, they're probably going to be pretty close to each other in terms of realistic range, driving range, I should call it, because real world range, as a tongue twister, is different for everyone. Everyone drives different. Some people drive 100% on the highway, some people drive 70% on the highway and 30% in the city. Hey, Muffin. So everyone drives different. And so God, I can't even say it. Real world driving is subjective. But I think realistic range, when you do a comparison between the Mach-E and the Model Y, they're probably going to go head to head, in my opinion. I still think that Tesla offers a better product, in my personal opinion, overall. But the Mach-E is going to be a contender. I'm excited that this is the, aside from the Porsche Taycan, this is the the EV from a traditional automaker I'm most excited about, and it's most affordable. It's far more affordable than the Taycan. By the way, I saw an article today that said that Porsche will end up selling close to 20,000 units of the Taycan in 2020. So I'm just incredibly enthusiastic about people buying electric vehicles, people who probably have never owned an electric vehicle, they're buying them. On to the next thing. I'm not sure what that means. Are the EPA rating you're giving? The Mach-E numbers are EPA ranges, so those are officially out. Rivian Configurator. I've been wanting to do a video on this. I've been so tied up with life, personal life, kids, work, and a little bit of travel. But I'm excited about this. If you haven't gone to check out their configurator, it's now live for the public. You don't have to have a reservation. And I'm configuring my R1T. And I'm not going to do it. But if I was going to do a Rivian, I'd do the R1S. Excuse me, the R1S. I really like it. I like black. Black looks pretty good. And white. I like white. White's super clean. Super clean. I'm still not crazy about the stadium headlights there, the oval looking, carabiner looking headlights, but I think I could probably work through that, get over that if I ever bought one. But yeah, you guys should check out their configurator. It's clean, it's nice, it's really easy to use. My one disappointment, I will say this, I'm a big fan of Rivian. I have a lot of friends at Rivian, so this is nothing against them. They're fantastic people. I do wish these vehicles were a little bit less expensive. I think that they will be coming out with less expensive versions, but early on, I mean, to get into these two vehicles, you're $70,000+ in, easy. So, and I think that's the case for their R1T as well. Let me pull it up. By the way, I don't know if anyone from Rivian is watching this, but your configurator button is below the fold on my computer. It would be great if it was above the fold. I'll show you. You scroll up just a bit, and then you can see the configurator button right there. I think that should be above the fold. But website looks great. Yeah, I mean, you're okay. So the Explorer package, $67,500 for the R1T Explorer package. So you're 65,000 and up. I would really love to see these vehicles closer to 50,000 if they want to compete, especially with the Cybertruck. By the way, I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I put in a reservation for a Cybertruck back in August, and the more I've been thinking about it, I'm getting really excited, and I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the Cybertruck. I rode in, I think it was a GMC Duramax or a Chevy Duramax, while I was in North Carolina last week visiting Piedmont, and it felt good. It was, you know, it was a taller guy. There was a lot of shoulder and headroom. It just felt like there was a lot of space, and I'm going to assume that that's how the Cybertruck is going to be. So, and I think it'd be super cool to do some videos, of the Cybertruck, and it'd be cool to like pull up next to a, you know, like roll into a meetup with some big diesel trucks and just get their reactions, put some GoPros on the exterior and interior of the Cybertruck and get their impressions. I think that would be super fun. So I'll touch on Piedmont, and then I'm happy to take some questions or some comments and sort of jam with you. As I mentioned, I went to Piedmont, did a site visit to Piedmont in North Carolina last week. Super cool. Those guys are really fantastic. I think that they've got something really special going on there. It's American mined spodumene hard rock, and it will get processed by Tesla, turned into lithium, and put into their vehicles. I think that they've got a really unique market in terms of cost efficiencies with their raw materials. As I understand it, clay is there's just not an efficient way not as much of a cost-effective way to process that. So it's cost effective and efficient to process, and it's in America. So not just Tesla, but any other automaker who wants to work with not an American company, soon to be. I think they're going to move their headquarters to the U.S. at some point soon. But if you want American mined lithium, Piedmont's going to be a really viable option. I'm super excited about it. And I got some on-site footage of them drilling for spodumene samples and pulling those up. You may, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you may have seen some of those photos. But they're going to break ground next year, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I bought into them. I am a shareholder. I bought into them back in June and July before I brought them on, or before before I started talking about them as a sponsor of the channel in late July and early August. And I think I probably bought in, I don't know, around $6 or $7 or something like that. Now it's just hovering below 30. I'm optimistic. I don't buy into companies in multiple shares, multiple volumes, unless I'm enthusiastic about the brand. I certainly wouldn't bring a sponsor on unless I was optimistic, enthusiastic about the brand, or thought it would be a good fit for the viewers to learn about. So yeah, I think people should be paying attention to them, and I think it's worthwhile to at least do some due diligence into their investor page on their website to see if it's something that's worth investing into at $30 a share. I mean, in comparison to what Tesla's doing today, I got a text from a buddy and real estate client who said it crossed over $5.50 a share on Tesla today. So kind of nutty and bananas. Anyway, so I'm sure I've missed some comments here, but feel free and have you heard of European metals? No, some people have mentioned that I should check it out. I'll definitely take a look at Ivan's video, and maybe I have. I can't remember actually. So I'll take a look at it and see. Yeah, hard rock deposits. Interesting. The Piedmont, the Piedmont of Europe. That's interesting. Yeah. So the next video you should see on the channel is my conversation with K10 about Elon Musk's legacy, the legacy that he's going to leave, and our personal commentary on the times that we got to meet him and talk with him. Yeah, is it distracting? I'm actually thinking about going back to contacts, because when I wear my mask when I'm out in public, especially in the wintertime, it's fogging up my glasses and it's driving me absolutely nuts, even though I've got the mask pretty high up. Yeah, the sites the sites in northern Nevada, I don't think that they're close to breaking ground. Lithium Americas, I believe, owns the what is it called? I can't remember the site. I can't remember the site that it's called. Thacker Pass. There we go. Thacker Pass. So they've got that going on. That's owned by Lithium Americas, and then I don't know what Tesla's doing with their. Yeah. Good call, Josh. I don't know what Tesla is planning on doing, if they're planning on partnering together with Lithium Americas, or they're going to do their own thing. They didn't disclose, and my assumption, my sense was, when I was listening to the Battery Day, their intentions for doing the clay mining is a ways off. So I think that they've got some time to sort through that, and to my knowledge, I don't believe that they've signed any sort of agreement with any companies in northern Nevada. I could be wrong on that, and please feel free and correct me if you know something that I don't, but my guess is they're a little ways off, and they probably have got some time to develop that technology they were talking about on Battery Day. So what else? Yeah, I can kind of see the O-ring light. What if I do that? that good? I can't see it if I'm leaning back. Let's see. We're going on for 15 minutes. Can chat. Adventure Network. My understanding, Steve, is that they're going to be targeting remote areas, national parks. That seems to be an interest and an emphasis of Rivian, but in terms of specific locations, no, I don't think that they've announced anything. I've heard through a little birdie that they've got some plans to add some in Colorado, which is one of their big markets anyway. And you'll see some new developments beginning of 2021 regarding Rivian's presence here in Colorado. As you probably, if you've been following my channel for at least a year, you know that they were heavily involved in getting a bill passed in Colorado that allows them now to sell direct to consumers. But before this law was passed, it was very gray and ambiguous, with Rivian being able to sell direct to consumers. So now it's far more clear. Off-grid charging. Yeah, I don't know anything about this company, Beam. What else? So I mentioned the next video you'll probably see is an interview with K10. I've got the video, just need to sit down and edit it. So my goal is to get that done this afternoon before I head out of the house this evening. I will be, hey Trevor. Yeah, did you put in a reservation, Trevor, for a truck? The next video you'll probably see after the K10 one, I keep getting notifications, is some FSD beta. There's Muffin again. Some FSD beta video. I'm gonna get behind the wheel or in the passenger seat of one later this week. More details to come on that. And yeah, I would love to provide some commentary on that as I'm riding or drive. I'm not sure. I'm even sure if I can drive. I can probably only ride along. Will I visit the road show? If I'm available. I've already seen it in person. I've done a video on it about a year ago. It was at the LA Auto Show. Sat inside of it, did a walk around. So, I mean, the next thing for me is to test drive it. So Ford, if you're watching the video, I'd love to get my hands on it. Are legacy automakers on pace of catching Tesla? I mean, it depends on what you mean by catching Tesla. You know, the good thing is that traditional auto has a lot of money. And so that is, and they have a lot of experience ramping up production of vehicles. So they don't have a lot of experience producing electric vehicles. So you could say that Tesla still has the upper hand there. You know, Tesla has made some significant investments into future production of vehicles. They're making moves today for 1 million electric vehicles of production. So, you know, in some sense, maybe, yeah, traditional autos got experience producing vehicles, but in terms of infrastructure, in terms of battery supply, in terms of software as a service, I think Tesla's still quite a bit ahead. I mean, even monetizing software, to my knowledge, no other automaker who produces an electric vehicle, or gas for that matter, has the platform to be able to monetize software inside of the vehicles like Tesla does. Now I know that some luxury automakers you can buy some one-offs, but It's not to the ease, it's not to the customization that Tesla has. So yes and no. I mean, Tesla's far ahead in terms of volume production and other areas, but we'll see. I would really love to see a hit from a traditional auto. I think Mach-E might be one of those. You know, if the Taycan was less expensive, I think that would be a commercial success in terms of volume. Porsche's not going to do this. Well, maybe they will. Maybe they will get to a $50,000 price point for an EV. Maybe it's the electrified Macan, the electric Macan. I think that they were talking about that. I think that was one thing that the North American CEO talked about when I interviewed him a year ago. So an electric version of a Macan, I think, could get close to a $50,000 price point. Compete more with Yeah, VW is promising. I haven't seen the ID3 in person. I know there's a few people who've seen the ID4. You know, the proof is in the pudding. Numbers of deliveries in Europe look very promising, especially in Norway. But what I'm paying very close attention to is, what does that volume look like in 12 months from now, once that they've tapped out that initial demand? I know a lot of Tesla bears, talk about how VW and the ID3 are dominating Tesla in Norway. But if you look back to initial deliveries of the Model 3 almost a year ago, they were very, very high in the very beginning, and now they've sort of leveled off. So let's see what ID3 deliveries look like next September, when it's 12 months from their initial deliveries. What is this? Oh, you know, yeah, the Tesla hat key fob thing, I saw an article on that, but I didn't read it, so I don't know much about it. You know, they like white hat hackers typically share that stuff before they release it. That way there's no safety issues. So I'm assuming that they've already taken care of that. Yeah, I think it's a mistake to not bring the ID3 to North America, in my opinion. Yeah, Mach-E prices for 50,000 for the 230 range. You know, I don't know. Maybe that changes. Dealers just have a different model. Oh yeah, there's Sandy Monroe. Hello, Sandy Monroe team. Probably not Sandy Monroe. Probably Sandy Monroe's team. Any updates on Lucid? Not that I know of. No. No, I think they're just plugging away. I got an invite, by the way, if Lucid's watching, I need to follow up with their PR team. They reached out and asked if I wanted to do an interview with their CEO. I forget his name. Dude, I watched that interview that Elon did last night, or middle of the night. There are some freaking nuggets in there. There are some serious, yeah, Peter Rawlinson, thank you. There are some nuggets in that video. If you haven't watched it, I would go watch it. Stat. He talks about batteries. It's primarily a conversation around batteries. It was for a battery conference in Europe, but the conversation was around batteries. He reveals some more nuggets around Maxwell technology, some of the things they're doing on the cathode and anode side, and range. And I've seen, I saw one article that Electric published, taking from some of the conversation that Elon had with this conference. It was like a remote. He was in California and doing a conversation, an interview with this battery conference. So, yeah, what are we at? 24 minutes. Almost, okay, so maybe like 40 more seconds, and I'm gonna hop off and start editing this this interview or conversation with Kristen about Elon Musk's legacy. I think that the Mach-E is gonna sell well. It's not gonna be for everyone, and hopefully they have ironed out their laggy software. Yeah, I'm happy to come on your podcast again. Would love to. I don't care what topic, doesn't matter. Have me on, and I think it'd be super cool and exciting. We can talk about whatever. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. 146 people on. Hope everyone is doing great. If you're in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving week. Hope you enjoy time with your friends and family. And we're rolling into the end of the year. I'm ready to be done with 2020. Hopefully 2021 is a much better year for you and everyone else. Happy holidays, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk with everyone soon. Bye.